Nerd Reactor, roll out.
I'm Ashley from Nerd Reactor. Nice to meet you.
Hi Ashley, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm great.
Well, we're going to keep this a spoiler-free interview today so that we can
Okay.
post it towards the beginning of the season. But I wanted to start off by asking you if you could just sum up the season in 3 words.
Wealthy, technological, and powerful.
Well, so this season we see you spend a lot more time with a robot than with animals like we normally do.
Mhm.
What was your reaction when you first learned that that was kind of going to be Howard's journey this season?
Of course. I think it's the first thing about, of course I'm acting with a robot. And I was up for the challenge and I was excited to do it. I learned a lot through the experience. And I would say it was fun and challenging.
Was there anything you did any differently preparing your scenes for this season, knowing that the robot would be part of it?
Yeah, I had to be prepared for my scene partner not to respond or not read social cues. And also, robots are smart but don't have comedic timing. So I had to be prepared for the scenes not to be as funny as I thought they would be and be fixed in post. Do you know what I mean?
And was that more or less challenging than sort of the unpredictability of some of the animal co-stars that you had?
It was harder than a cat and easy. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, harder than a cat, easier than a pig.
Okay, yeah, I think
Yeah.
I can see that. Makes sense. Well, you've talked a lot about how in the past in your career, you were really hoping every time you would get brought in for maybe a single episode role that you would win them over and become a regular. And then congratulations on just your arc so far. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think was the magic ingredient that made everything come together for this show and this character for you?
I don't know. The writing is so good that I feel like I'm able to abandon any of the stuff that gets in the way of giving a good performance, any of the insecurity or the sort of uh, things that the guards that you would put up if you were uncomfortable with material or weren't sure if you could do it. This character and I meld together in a really great way, I believe. Uh, he's sort of a heightened version of all of my bad and good qualities. He is who I could see myself being if I didn't go to therapy. Like, there's a lot of things about Howard that I can relate to. And I think I was game for everything they've thrown at me. I've never said, wait, he wouldn't do that. And I think that has made a case for keeping me around. I do know the writers love writing for him, and I love playing him. And I do feel really lucky that this has been the trajectory. I was supposed to be in 2 episodes, and now I'm a regular, and this is my 5th season on the show. So dream come true for sure.
And I really can't imagine the trio without Howard. It seems impossible at this point. So I
I
feel like
know. Although this season he's trying to assert his independence and pretend that he's over them, but I think we all know the truth.
well, I feel like Howard really deserves to have his own podcast by now, and I'm rooting for that. If you could create that for him, what would the focus be at this point in his journey?
I think he's still all in on animal jobs, which
Okay.
is his
Maybe robot jobs too.
no, he's gonna stick with animals. He wants something that can look him in the eyes and has actual eyeballs. Um, but I don't know if you know this, but you will by the time this interview comes out, that I am hosting the Only Murders in the Building official podcast
Oh,
this
awesome.
season. So I am it's video and audio. I am interviewing cast members and crew members, and it's a lot of fun. We play games, we dissect scenes, we do all the stuff like that, and I love it because I love talking about the show. I love the people involved in the show, and I think it'll be really fun. They'll drop with the episodes of Only Murders.
That's perfect and really exciting because sometimes with Howard's storyline, you don't always get on screen to interact with all of the amazing guest stars. So I'm
Yeah,
really excited that you're going to get to do that and we'll get to see all of that content from you.
yeah. Thanks.
I also wanted to ask, so a couple years back, you were on Dexter New Blood, which
Mhm.
was set in upstate New York, and now it's Dexter Resurrection in New York
Uh-huh.
City. Would the trio and Howard be clever enough to solve the Dexter case? How can you see that going?
I could see it happening. I mean, I love a crossover. I think that would be incredible. I think so far, there's no case the trio can't solve. But here's a fun fact about that. I was filming Dexter New Blood at the same time I was filming season one, and
Right.
I was going back and forth to Massachusetts. So there are scenes in season one, especially a scene at a building meeting where I'm against a wall. Um, and it's I'm filmed alone at a different time because I was not available. I was at
Okay.
Dexter. So like there's times where you're like, oh, there's Howard, but it's actually like my stand-in who's about 30 pounds less than me and looks like not that much like me. But there's a lot of time in the courtyard in the beginning, in the courtyard at the very end of season one, you see Howard from the back. That's not me. That's Jordan.
Well, last question, because I'm always really interested for people that have worked in the Paladino universe, and you did the last season of Mrs. Maisel. How did that, all of the super fast-paced dialogue, sort of shape your other roles and you as an actor?
I'm a fast talker, sometimes to a fault. So it wasn't that hard for me to talk that fast. It was hard for me to talk that fast and say every word exactly correct. That is like, the Paladino way. You do not miss a word and you say them as fast as possible. But I loved that character. And again, I was also doing Only Murders at that time, season
Yeah,
two.
there's so much
And to be
crossover.
able to play Howard and then be able to play this like cranky writer in the 50s and have the difference between the two characters was really fun. Um, but yeah, I'm a fast talker. It wasn't that hard for me.
Well, congratulations again on this season. You have the Emmys coming up, now the podcast that you just told me about, so much exciting stuff. I'm really thrilled for you.
Oh, thanks. I'm excited to talk to you again sometime and have a great time watching this season.
Thank you so much.
Bye.